Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Denise would like to introduce you to Stefan Dabrowski. Hi Denise, he said. Thanks for connecting with me on here. I'm Stefan. Hi, she said. Nice to meet you. How you doing? I'm very well, thanks, she replied. It's nice meeting you. Where are you from? I live in Guildford in England. Where do you live? Oh great, he said. I live in the United States. But there was a time I lived in England for about a year. Where in England? She asked. Birmingham. Did you come for work? Yes, he said. What do you do? But my job didn't involve being around Birmingham, but rather on the shores. That's unusual. So why were you in Birmingham? She asked. I'm an oil drilling project manager on the ocean. I lived in Birmingham any time I was on shore and didn't have to be on the ocean. Oh, okay, said Denise. The job was on the ocean. Somewhere in Wales. What do you do? What do you mean by somewhere in Wales? Said Denise. I'm retired. I ran a small accountancy business with my late husband. I meant on an ocean in Wales. Moreover, excuse my English, as English isn't my first language. And later on, he's going to call and show off his impressive accent. But I'm not going to tell you yet what it's meant to be, because he'll tell you for himself later. Where in Wales is there an ocean? Said Denise. I thought Wales was on land. The Douglas oil field is located in North Wales, he said. LOL. Maybe I would show you how a rig or what a rig is like someday. LOL. Okay, maybe you should, said Denise. But the good thing is that I'll be retiring sometime next month, so I really don't have to work anymore. How long have you been retired for? And how are you enjoying retirement? I retired 10 years ago, said Denise. Retirement is great. I've lots of time to see my family and friends. Oh, that's great, he said. Football is a big thing in England. Are you a football fan? No, I'm not, said Denise. Silly game. Ha ha, he said. Are you really English then? Most English are intrigued by football. No, they aren't. My late husband used to watch cricket, said Denise. I never understood that either. Oh, he said. What do you enjoy then? Are you seriously telling me you think everyone in England likes football and doesn't know what else to do? Not in that sense, he said. I guess you're a football fan, said Denise. I guess I'd say most people. Yes, I'm a football fan. I thought so, said Denise. I support Chelsea. Congratulations, said Denise. Since your husband passed, have you dated or been in any relationship at all? And for once, Denise thought she'd give him a straight answer. No, she said. Where in the US do you live? I live in Texas, he said. Where in Texas? And he gave the same answer that all the scammers give when they've given you a state, and you then ask where in the state. Have you ever been to the United States, he asked. Dallas. Yes, said Denise. And where are you working now? Where, he said. And did you enjoy your time? I'm currently not offshore. I'm in Texas. Florida Keys and Alaska, said Denise. I don't work every day, but rather about 3 to 4 times a year. But I might be working a last job soon, just before I get retired, sometime next month, which will be my last. What will that job be? Asked Denise. Managing and maintaining oil drilling pipelines for crude oil and gas being shipped to China to some investors, he said. I've done really well for myself, I would say, even though I know I'm pretty young to get retired, actually. Chose this moment to. Oh, how old are you? Asked Denise. I'm 65, turning 66, he said. And you? Why is that pretty young to get retired? Asked Denise, because that's actually the usual retirement age in the UK. I'm 75, she said. LOL, for my job you can as much till you're 75 or 76, he said. Moreover, I could afford retirement as far back as 20 years ago, but chose not to. Okay, she said. You must have made a lot of money then. Been a pretty woman here on Facebook. I bet you have guys, lot of men hitting on you. And yes, I have done well for myself. I have no idea what that first bit means, said Denise. Are you saying you're a pretty woman? I mean, you're a pretty woman, he said. And you definitely have lots of men saying they want to be with you. I mean, don't you get messages from men here on Facebook? I've had a few on here, she said. They're all idiots who can't even have a proper conversation and want to know what my favourite colour is or what I've eaten for breakfast. I like proper men who can have a proper conversation. Yes, even myself, he said. I suppose that's where the chemistry is usually built. Where in the UK do you stay? I already told you, said Denise. Is Guildford in London? I mean, what city? He asked. Guildford is Guildford, said Denise. Oh, he said. Wasn't familiar, LOL. Remember, I'm not really familiar with the UK like the United States. Can I see more photos of you, if you don't mind, though? If you give me your address, I'll post some to you. Ha ha ha, that's impossible, hon, he said. Why? Asked Denise. Don't you have post in Texas? You could equally send them on here, he said. From your phone. I use an iPad, said Denise. I have one of them digitable cameras. My grandson Benji prints my photos for me. There's a feature, whereas you press an icon on the left, and it goes to the photos on your phone. Then you could select. Very helpful description, mate, for an older lady who doesn't really know how to use her iPad. He sent her some photos. I told you, I'm using an iPad, said Denise. I don't have one of them mobile phones. Where were those taken? It looks lovely. It's been on my phone, he said. You said, said Denise. Where were they taken? In California, he said. Oh, OK. Looks gorgeous. What are your plans for the rest of the day? And what time is it there? He asked a bit later. It's nearly 9:10, and I'm watching a live stream on YouTube, said Denise. Actually, I was live on YouTube at the time. Oh, he said. What are you watching? I'm watching someone talking to a fake call centre about a refund scam, said Denise. Oh, are those your kind of shows, she said. My friend Barbara told me about it, said Denise. She likes them. I haven't watched before. We had a talk at our local Women's Institute about telephone scammers who try to access your computer. I always put the phone down now. You don't pick their calls, he said. You need to be wary of those telephone scammers. Definitely. As I said, I was live on YouTube at the time. My guest hadn't turned up, so I was just doing a Q&A and talking to this chap. Oh, yes, said Denise, I am. They can't access my computer. I've only got an iPad. Oh, good, he said. I'm actually old-fashioned. Are you? Of course I am, said Denise. I'm 75, darling. Ha ha! I know, hon, he said. I'm not really tech-savvy. LOL. How many kids do you have? I actually don't have kids, though. I have 2 children and 4 grandchildren, replied Denise. Oh, great! And do they stay with you? That old scammer question, trying to find out if there's anyone else in your house that can warn you that you're talking to a scammer. My son lives in Godalming with his family, and my daughter lives in Brighton with her family. They sometimes come and stay for a few days, but not very often, said Denise. Oh, OK. I've never been married, but I did have a partner who happened to be my high school sweetheart, and we lived together prior to she passing away in 2001. We never had kids, though. Oh dear, that's very sad, said Denise. Yes, it is, he said. Life is very short. If you say so, said Denise. It does seem shorter at my age. I'm just about to write a new will and decide who to leave all my money to. How about your kids, he said. Myself, since I don't have kids, there are some little charities I usually donate to yearly in third world countries with little running water or food for the kids. I feel they need it more. I also have that thought. I might give it all to them. Perhaps you should set up an orphanage, said Denise. You know, we've had a few scammers that are going to set those up, haven't we? That seems like a whole lot of work, he said. That seems rather lazy to me, said Denise. If you want to do good work, you should be prepared to put in the hard graft. Yes, that's true, he said. Can I call you? Yes, of course you can, she said. Moreover, he said, and I did tell you earlier, he was going to tell you what accent he thinks he might have. Moreover, I do have, as do remember, English isn't my first language, but Latvian. That's okay, she said. And he called her while I was live on YouTube. And I'm going to play you the... Hello, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello? It's nice to speak to
Hi.
you.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you very much.
Finally, we get to speak over the phone.
We do, don't we? Yes.
Sounds way better than texting.
It is, isn't it? It's always nice to speak to someone.
Yeah, you can attach your voice to yourselves.
Exactly, yes.
So, how are you doing? How's the day been?
Oh, very well, thank you. It's nearly bedtime here, so I've just had my shower and I'm in my dressing gown.
Is it past the bedtime already? Am I disturbing you?
No, that's all right. I don't suppose I'll go to bed for another half an hour.
Oh, okay. So, what's the weather like in England?
Oh, it's been very wet here today. It was very hot yesterday, and then today it's been very wet.
Oh, wow. I actually miss England, though, but I think I'll be coming back soon.
Oh, you're going to come back, are you? Do you know what, darling? It's because it's night
Yeah.
time and my brain's addled because I'm an old lady. I can't remember where you said you are.
Yeah, I lived in Birmingham when I was in England.
I remember you said
Birmingham.
that, but where are you now?
Oh, right now I'm in the United States.
Oh, did you say you were in Texas?
Yeah, I'm in Texas.
That's right. You said you were in Dallas, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm in Dallas. I'm in
Yeah,
Texas.
yeah.
But I think I'll be coming to England soon, though.
All right.
Because of yeah,
Why are you
I think
coming
I'll
to
be coming
England?
soon. No, just to visit actually. I miss England.
All
I miss
right.
the people. I miss the people. I miss the weather. I miss the small roads. The roads in England are very small.
Well, I suppose they're smaller than they are in Dallas. I don't know. I've never been there.
Well, yeah, they're smaller. They are. They're quite small.
Well, it depends where you are in England, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. So, where in England do you say you still again? It's Golderford. I don't know if I pronounced it well.
Guildford. It's southwest of
Oh,
London.
or southwest of London. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know where that is. Is it close to Chelsea?
Chelsea's in London, darling.
because I've got
It's
no
it's
idea,
uh,
so that's why I'm curious.
it's halfway between London and Portsmouth.
Oh, okay.
That's
Oh,
why
that's
that's
good.
why it exists. Did you know that Guildford exists because it's halfway between London and Portsmouth, and it used to have lots of hotels back in the days when they had horses and carriages. Everybody stopped in Guildford because it was halfway, so you stayed the night and you rested your horses.
Oh, wow. Oh, that sounds good. Is it more like it's a kind of area where you've got tons of farmlands.
Oh yes, so Guildford's surrounded by countryside. Yes.
Oh, it's by the countryside.
Well, it's surrounded by countryside. The centre of Guildford isn't countryside, no.
Oh, so I suppose you're a country girl then.
Oh no, I've always lived in Guildford.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. That's awesome. So I remember you said you've been to the United States, right? You've been to the United States before.
Yeah, that's right. I've been to Florida and I've been to Alaska.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I went with my late husband on a cruise to Alaska probably about 20 years ago. It was lovely.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's true though. That's true. I'm so sorry about your late husband's passing though. You said it's been 10 years right now, right?
It is, yes. It's very sad. He was a lovely man, was my Albie.
Oh. And how long were you married for?
Oh, we were married for almost 50 years, I think. I
Wow.
was 18 when I met him.
Oh, wow. I bet you're missing.
Of course I miss him. He was a lovely man.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I know what it feels like losing someone special, because I also lost my partner.
Oh dear, I'm
So,
sorry about that.
yeah, I just feel life is really what you tend to make out of it.
Yes, it is, darling, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is, darling. It's just the world we're living right now, and moreover, life is very short. That's why I always try to enjoy every day to the fullest.
Yeah, well, it's even shorter when you get to my age, darling.
Well, I know. Just for me, age is just a number. Do you have a problem that you're older than I am, though? Because I don't have a problem, though.
Oh, well, that's nice. I can't remember how old you said you were, darling.
Oh, I'm actually 65. I'm going to be 66 in July.
All right. Oh, happy birthday coming up then.
Yeah. So I was more like you don't date younger guys, because for me I feel age is just a number though. I'm just saying.
Well, if you say so, I would say age is years of experience, darling.
Yeah, well, that's true.
So, did you say that you were expecting to go on another job soon?
Yeah, probably. Right now, I'm between trying to bid for a contract, and I'm hoping I get approved.
Oh,
So if I do get approved, then I would have to go on the ocean, to go get things done.
to where? Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I said, right now, currently, I'm trying to bid for a contract, so I'm hoping I do get approved. If I get approved, I'm gonna go get the job done.
Oh, right.
And yeah, and once I get the job done, that's it. I'm all retired. I don't have to work again.
And what's that job going to be?
It's gonna be on the ocean. We're gonna be drilling for oil from the ocean.
And how long's the contract going to last?
Oh no, it's not. It's not gonna last long. Just for about a couple of weeks. That's all.
For a couple of weeks. I wouldn't think that's even long enough for you to get to know the job, is it?
No, well, I've been doing this now for the past 5 years. So once I get approved for a job, I know what to do.
All right.
My job basically is just to manage the contracts, give situation reports to the investors, and also manage the equipment. So that's basically what my role is.
All right.
How about you? You'd say you were retired. What was the job all about when you still work?
I was an accountant. I ran my own business with my husband. I was a qualified accountant and he was very good with numbers and figures, so he did the bookkeeping. So if clients wanted us to submit their accounts to the Inland Revenue, my Albie would do the bookkeeping if they didn't want to do it themselves or they didn't have an accountant, or should I say a bookkeeper, employ a bookkeeper to do it for themselves. And then I used to actually do the accounts and make the submissions to the Inland Revenue for them and work out their tax, how much tax they had to pay, and kept up to date with what allowances they could claim, which changed every year. It was really annoying. You just thought you knew what they could claim and they changed it.
Oh wow. Well, I bet you're quite smart then, since you're good with numbers.
Well, I have my moments, my brain's getting a bit old now.
Well, it's normal. We're not gonna be young forever.
Well, that's true. That is very true.
I know the long run for me, I feel like age is just a number because I know I'm 66, but I still feel like I'm in my 20s. I think I'd say I'm young at heart.
All right, well, that's nice to hear, darling. You obviously don't have 2 children and 4 grandchildren like I do. Makes you feel old, when they go, "Oh, Granny."
No, not at all. Not at all. Well, I just think it just depends. It depends on the individual and it depends on the person. How old are your kids?
My son's 50 and my daughter's 48.
Okay. Oh well, that's understandable.
And my oldest grandchild is 22 and the youngest is 14.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. So, what do you enjoy doing? You said you were watching a show on YouTube.
I was, yes, it's finished now.
Oh, what was it about? You said it's about some scammer trying to call you over the phone about some.
Yeah, those people that phone you and tell you that there's either something wrong with your computer or that that you haven't paid your taxes and you're about to be arrested.
Oh, that's creepy.
It's horrible, isn't it? Why do people do that? I don't know.
I don't know. That's just so sad.
It's just stealing from people, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I don't know why people do that. Where we live in a crazy world like that.
We do, yes.
I remember you said at times you get messages from men on Facebook, and you said most of them don't even know how to hold a proper conversation. What's that all about?
I don't know, you tell me. I've had several friend requests just recently from people who all they want to do is ask me what's my favourite colour and ask me whether I've eaten.
Wow, that sounds weird. Well, I don't know. Just the way we talk, just me and you, it feels like I've known you forever.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you, darling.
I don't know. We just happen to have a very smooth conversation.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I was actually the other time I was talking about football. I said it was more like a culture thing in England. I knew most people actually love football in England now.
Oh, I
You
think
said
they're...
you don't. You said you don't, right?
I don't. I'm not interested in football. It's just half a dozen men kicking a ball round a field, isn't it?
Oh, that's true. So what have you always been interested in? What do you enjoy doing?
What do I enjoy doing? Well, I spend a lot of time in my garden. I'll do my puzzle books. I'll do my knitting.
Oh, that's awesome.
I go and visit my friends. I'm in the
Oh, you go.
WI.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
There always seems
Well,
to be
that's
something
good.
to do. Keep the house clean.
Oh, well, hopefully we gotta meet maybe someday once I get done with my job and I'm retired. Maybe we could go on a trip or something. Go on a vacation.
Well, you did say you were going to come to England fairly soon, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna come to England, and um, I'm gonna come to England. And one of the things in my bucket list, once I get retired, I want to see more countries. How many countries have you been to? How many countries have you traveled to?
Oh, not that many. Well, I've been to the States, haven't I? We went to Spain when the kids were small. Um, we we did a couple of day trips to France. Um, oh, I can't remember. I don't remember going anywhere else. My hubby didn't really like flying.
Oh, and I guess you don't mind flying.
I don't mind flying, no, but Albie didn't like it. It used to make his ears hurt.
Oh, well, there are actually tons of places. I'm sure you're gonna enjoy.
All
You
right, well,
know,
you must have
but
travelled a lot with your work, I suppose, have you?
yeah, I've actually been to tons of places, but I still want to see more places. And one of the things in my bucket list, I'd love to see Africa. I'm
Uh,
quite curious to know what it looks like there.
oh, where in Africa? We
I
could
don't
go.
know for sure. I just want to see the safari. Maybe we could go together.
Oh, that would be fun. What, you mean go and see giraffes and elephants and things?
Yeah, I just tend to hear so many stories about what happens there, but I'd love to see it firsthand and what it looks like there. And
Yeah.
I also heard that very very beautiful sunshine.
Oh, yeah, they do say that African sunsets are amazing, don't they?
Yeah, that's what they said. It's unlike Europe and America, whereas the winters are very crazy.
Yeah.
So do you prefer winters or summers?
Oh, well, I don't like it when it's cold and damp because it makes my knees hurt. And I don't like it when it's too hot because it gives me an headache.
Oh, that's understandable. Yeah, we could maybe go to Africa. We could go to Africa together. Where was the last time you traveled outside the UK?
Oh, goodness me. Well, I think probably when we went to Alaska.
And that's a long time
It
ago.
was a long time ago, yes.
Oh wow. Well, we could take a trip to Africa or something, or maybe Asia. I'd also love to see some places in Asia. You've just got to check if you've got a valid passport though. Since you said it's been like forever you traveled outside the UK.
Oh, it probably expired. I'd probably need to get a new one, wouldn't I?
Yeah, I think that's way better.
Yeah.
That's way better, actually.
I don't know how long
Yeah.
it takes to get a passport. It often takes a few months, but when do you think you'll be coming to England?
Once I'm gonna be knowing the outcome of this job I said I'm trying to beat for.
Right.
I'm gonna know the outcome on Tuesday if I get approved or not.
Okay.
If I do not, let's say in the worst case scenario, I did not get approved. That's it. Still, I'm still gonna get retired. I don't have to work again. Like I said, I've done pretty well for myself financially. You know, bro. Let's say I do get approved for the job, then I'm gonna be traveling. I really don't know where the job's location is gonna be at, but I think it's gonna be in Dublin. It's gonna be in Ireland, probably one of the oil rigs in Ireland.
Right.
So
Okay.
I'll just go get the job done. But nothing changes most of the time, even while I'm on the rig. We can still text and we can still talk just the way we're talking right now.
So that they
So
have
nothing.
they have oil rigs in Dublin, do they?
Yeah, they do. Like, as long as there's an ocean somewhere, like it depends on the investors. All they need is a permit, and they could drill for oil or something whatsoever. And like it's just that I'll be retiring soon. Maybe I could have just taken you to an oil rig and then just showed you what it looks like there.
Oh, that'd be very interesting. Yeah, I've never seen one.
Well, it is actually though. It's quite a fascinating job, even though it's quite risky, but it's really worth the pay. Being on an ocean, anything could happen. Like in a worst case scenario, it could maybe explode and there could be loss of lives. Like I don't know, maybe it catches fire or something. But that's a worst case scenario, though.
Oh, that would be very
But
bad.
yeah, that would be. But fortunately for me, nothing like that happened to me before. Over the 25 years I've been doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, once I'll actually know. I'll know what my plans would be on Tuesday. So though I'm just kind of keeping fingers crossed. Hopefully I get approved.
Oh, okay.
Just seeing how things go.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, all of this will be over in the next couple of weeks' time.
Okay.
And if I do get approved, the job's going to be happening in Ireland.
Right.
And if I'm in Ireland already, I'm already on the UK shores.
That's very true. Yes.
It's just going to be easier for me from Ireland actually coming to London.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that sounds like a plan actually. And like I said, I was even thinking about moving back to the UK because I actually kind of miss England though. I miss England.
Well, I imagine it's very different from living in the States.
Yeah, it's way different.
Yeah.
I know with the United States it gets crazy almost all the time with the gun violence always happening and so many crazy things.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a crazy world we live in right now. I just think there's so many psychopaths.
I'm sure there are. Psychopaths and scammers. It's not a good world, is it, with all those psychopaths and... I said psychopaths and scammers. It's not a good world, is it?
Yeah, it's not. It's not. I don't know why people do those kind of things to people. Just trying to rape people of their money, trying to call them and ask them for the computers or something.
Oh no, it's awful, isn't it? My friend Barbara, she said to me, you should never send money to anyone online.
Yeah, that's true.
And she's right, isn't she? You shouldn't.
Yeah, that's true. You should never believe when they call you over the phone or they're about,
Absolutely, unless you know them, unless you know who they are, you shouldn't send them money, should you?
No, not at all.
No.
So you'd said you were thinking about rewriting your will or something. Why was that though?
Rewriting my will because the last one that I wrote was years ago before my youngest two grandchildren were born and before my Albie died. And he left me all his money.
Okay.
So I need to decide who to leave it to.
Well, that's true. That's true, actually. I'll just go try to get into a business meeting right now.
Okay.
Since it's late already,
Yes.
I guess when it's morning already, then I'm probably be going to sleep. But we're gonna work something out. We're gonna talk tomorrow morning, local England's time, okay?
Okay.
But it's been so nice talking to you. It just feels like a very smooth conversation.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to speak to you.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Yeah, we're gonna talk tomorrow then, okay?
Okay.
Alright, good night and sweet dreams.
Thank you very much.
Alright, bye for now.
Okay then, bye for now.
It was so nice talking to you, he said when the call had ended. Good night and sweet dreams. And so Denise went to bed. And in the next call, our man is going to show you his impressive contract for his next lot of work in Ireland. So I'll see you again in episode 2. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you must know what to do by now. Please like it. Please share it. Please comment down below. I really do read every comment and I love you all. And please subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you again in episode 2.